न गुरोरधिकं तत्त्वम् न गुरोरधिकं तपः।
ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। ध्यायामोघबलाविकुण्ठनवतीं तेजोमयीं नष्टिकीं निग्धापाङ्गविलोकिनीं भगवतीं मन्दस्मितश्रीमुखीं वात्सल्यामृतवर्षिणीं सुमधुरं सङ्कीर्तनालापिनीं श्यामाङ्गीमदसिक्तसूक्तिम् अमृतानन्दात्मिकामीश्वरीम्। ॐ गुरुभ्यो नमः। My infinite prostrations at the lotus feet of my Sadguru, Sri Mata Amritanandamayi Devi, Universal Teacher, Universal Mother, and my humble pronounced to all Amma's beloved children listening to this talk. This is again a continuation of last week's. The main topic was, as we have mentioned, the what you call the Grihasthasrama. How from the student life, from the Brahmacharya Asrama, he enters the Grihastha Asrama, the householder's life, and because of his Guru's teaching, the Guru corrects his vision. When he enters the Grihastha Asrama, the householder's life, how he perceives the world around himself and how he perceives himself, how he looks upon himself and how he perceives the world around him. So let me first narrate an incident, then I will make it clear what we intend to convey. A sannyasi was sitting on the bank of a river and he was watching the waters. It was what happened was he was watching the waters. The waters were very calm, and he could see big fishes swimming on the surface of the waters. As he watched for some time, he was enjoying such a beautiful sight, the calm river and the big fishes swimming on the surface. He was enjoying the sight, a beautiful sight. Unfortunately, suddenly an eagle swooped down and the eagle caught a fish and then it flew off. The eagle swooped down, he caught a fish and then he flew away. So when this sannyasi saw this, he felt very unhappy. He thought for a moment and then he understood. It's a very important lesson for us. He was thinking the eagle was able to catch the fish because the fish was swimming on the surface of the water. If the fish had been in deep waters, the eagle would not have been able to catch the fish. So swimming on the surface of the water, it became a victim for the eagle. This is the important point. So we can compare this river to the world around us. The world around this river is like the world around us, and we have so many objects. So what we have to learn is, like the fish, because the fish was swimming on the surface, it was caught by the eagle. So the meaning is, when we perceive the world, our sense organs perceive the world only at the surface level. We are not able to go deep into those things which we see around us. So that is why I'll again give you one or two examples. Whatever we do, it is only on we should develop a deep understanding and go deep into things, deep into objects, deep into circumstances and situations, and deep into myself also. So let me see one example. We have our Amma's program every year in many branches. We have Amma's program, or we have so many other programs where our Sanatana Dharma Sangam, they also conduct many programs. They call many ashrams together and they conduct conferences. Now let us look at these programs. So we say on the surface we say we have a very wonderful stage, very beautifully decorated stage, a very beautifully decorated venue, very good accommodation, dining halls, parking place. Everything is very wonderfully arranged. So you can see after the program, the inmates of the ashram, they come and congratulate us. They say, Swami, the arrangements are wonderful. The very beautiful stage, very beautiful the venue, all accommodations was very good. Food was excellent. Everything was excellent. So at the surface level, they say it is everything is wonderful, and they leave, and we are also happy. Or again, you see for the other programs also, the Sanatana Dharma Sangam, the many spiritual organizations, they come together. They also have these kind of programs. So there also we can see very beautiful venue, very beautifully decorated venue, the stage, the very good venue, and then after that the food is served. Everything is at the surface level. Everything is wonderful. So we say the program was wonderful. So this is only at the surface level, and we can see what is the real success. So we will say that the program was a great success. Of course, we can say to a certain extent, we can say all the arrangements were wonderful. Everybody, nobody had any kind of inconvenience or any complaint. We can certainly say that the program was a great success. But what is the real success? If they say participants in if the participants in the program, they say we really like the program, and you can say how many of them have joined after the program, how many of them have enrolled in in our ashram or in our sangam, the ashram sangam. So you can say, suppose you say there are 5,000 people had participated. Out of that, if we get how many have joined, they want to want to work in the work. They want to do seva and they do want to work in the ashram. So how many have joined? If you say out of 5,000, if at least 50 have they have become, they say they will now will become active members of your organization, then we can say it is success. Otherwise, 5,000 people will say the program was wonderful, and then they go away and they never seen again till the next program. So what is the real success is, at the surface we do everything wonderfully, but our real success is after the program, how many of the participants are we able to get, how many are ready to involve in our organization and work for the organization. That is the real success. So I hope you understand what we mean by success at the surface level and success at the deep level, the real success. This is regarding to the world around us. Everything is beautiful at the surface level, but at the deep level, the success is getting more and more people to involve. So that is what we mean. Now, one more point I will say, and then I will conclude. At the individual level. Now, suppose there is a drama. Here also we can see a drama, or you can see a film. You can see, say, suppose it's a Ramayana, or we can say Mahabharata, Sri Krishna story. So when we see Sri Rama, we are very happy. We are drawn to Sri Rama. And when we see Ravana, we get very angry, especially when he is taking away Sita Devi. We become very angry with the Ravana. Or we can say in Sri Krishna's film, when we see Sri Krishna, we are very happy. We are drawn to that character. And at the same time, when we see Kamsa or other villains, like especially Shakuni. Shakuni is a comedian villain. He is a villain and a comedian. So when we see him, we get irritated. So when we are looking at the surface and we become happy or we become very angry also, etc. When we become very sad or when Abhimanyu was surrounded and killed, we become very very sad. So we are working at the surface, but we look at the director. The director is neither happy nor angry nor sad. He is looking at the deeper part. He is looking at, for him they are all only actors. So it is Rama or Ravana or it can be Shakuni. He is not looking at the outer costume. Of course, the costume is the Rama should be very very handsome, and Ravana should look the wicked, villainous. So this director looks inside, and he says, so he, in his eyes, he will say, Ravana is the best because Ravana did the acting. The best actor was of course Ravana. So he will congratulate Ravana instead of Sri Rama. So I hope you understand. For the director, he looks deeply into each person and he is more concerned about the performance, the acting, not the outer figure. So in the same way, we also should know how to go deep into objects, deep into persons, and deep into situations and circumstances, and then we have to understand what we can learn from those situations and the circumstances, what we have to reject. This is what we have to understand. We can see now a story, very beautiful story will be narrated now. We can see in that story also we can see how a spiritual master, or a spiritual master, he sees a very beautiful dancer, and finally the that same dancer finally the in her later years she developed leprosy. So you can see how the the, the enlightened master, he saw the beautiful dancer and the leper with the same vision because he is not looking at the outer form, he is looking inside. Like we can say here, Amma also, when she looks at us or when he looks at the leper also, she sees the inner person and she sees the oneness in every form. We need that kind of a spiritual master like Amma. So this is what we have to our youngsters, especially our girls. We have learned from Amma is do not be too attached to your external form, but go the real beauty is within. We can this is what we can learn from Amma. We can listen to this story now. Om Amritageetananda, Om Lokaha, Samastaha, Stikunu Bhavantu, Om Shanti, 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 Sri Guru Namaha, Hari Om.
Om Amriteshwari Namaha. I invite Dr. Shanti to talk about womanhood and spirituality. Dr. Shanti is an Ayurvedic doctor having a specialization in Ayurvedic ophthalmology, practicing at Amrita School of Ayurveda. She is Amma's child from a very long time. Over to Dr. Shanti. Namaskar.
Om Amriteshware Namaha. My humble pranams at the lotus feet of Amma. Today I'm going to talk on a topic that is both ancient and ever evolving. Let me start with a story. In the ancient city of Uttara Mathura, there lived a radiant and graceful dancer named Vasavadatta. She was youthful, charming, and beautiful. Crowd gathered to see her performances, mesmerized by her every move. Wealthy well-wishers showered her with luxury, with gold, silk, jewels, and she lived a life of luxury and greed. One day, when she was standing near the window, she happened to see a handsome young man pass by. He was different from others. He wore simple clothes. His face was radiant. His eyes were luminous. He was Upagupta, the Buddhist monk. Attracted by him, she called out to him and asked him to come to her house. He politely declined and answered, "Not now. I will come to you when the time is right." Years passed. Once a wealthy man approached her. She agreed and spent some time with him. But the next day, another wealthy man came to her, who was wealthier than the previous one and also more powerful. So she killed the first person to make room for the next one. When the king got to know of this heinous crime, he punished her. Her hands were cut off and she was thrown into a graveyard with no wealth, no body, no home, no food, only remorse. In her suffering and loneliness, she turned inward. For the first time, she remembered God. She remembered how she had lost everything, and she realized that she had not truly found anything all her life. And then Upagupta came back. In a trembling voice, she asked him, "Why have you come now?" And he replied, "Because this is the right time." He dressed her wounds, gave her food and water, sat beside her, not in judgment, in compassion, in love, in truth. And it is said that in that moment of surrender out of the divine grace, she attained moksha. This tale gives us many spiritual teachings. It mainly projects the temporary nature of the world. It teaches us that going behind the worldly attractions will never give us permanent happiness. Vasavadatta had everything in her life that the world glorifies: wealth, luxury, fame, admiration, everything. But her life was rooted in ego, greed, and agony. Our scriptures say that going behind the materialistic attractions always end up in three outcomes: disappointment, dissatisfaction, and destruction. Disappointment when the desires are not fulfilled. Dissatisfaction, even when the desires are fulfilled, they do not give us permanent happiness. And destruction when the desires lead us to wrong path. Upagupta didn't reject her. He waited patiently for her readiness. And this is the ultimate message. The Guru does not demand perfection. He waits for the disciple to be ready to accept the truth. In today's world, we see the echoes of Upagupta's story all around us. Many women, irrespective of their age, are drawn into the glittering illusions of the world like luxury, wealth, and physical attraction. Influenced by the societal standards and media projections, the deeper essence of womanhood is often lost. But womanhood is not about adornment. It is about awakening. True womanhood lies in compassion, in love, in nurturing the inner strength. It is the courage to stand for the truth, the softness to heal wounds, and the wisdom to uplift others. As women, we are not meant to chase validation from outside. We are meant to radiate from within. Let us all strive to rediscover these noble qualities. Let us live in a way that brings light, comfort, and happiness and purpose to the world around us. May Amma bless us all with the clarity to walk this path, the strength to embody our truth, and the love to serve the world with open hearts. Om Amriteshwari Namah.
न गुरोरधिकं तत्त्वं न गुरोरधिकं तत्त्वम्